Hey there. So, if you're anything like me and you're asking yourself where all of your cymbal sleeves got off to because they seem to disappear all the time, I've come up with a different solution than just wrapping them up in some sort of rubber. So, I actually started just making them on my own, and here is how we do it. So I go into my 3D modeling software, which is free on the internet, and I take some measurements of the cymbal sleeves that haven't been lost yet. And I take a few shapes, like like this disc, cone shape, the same cylinder but just at a different measurement, and an empty cylinder, and I combine them all into this shape, which looks exactly like a cymbal sleeve. Then I export this whole thing as an STL file, which then saves it to my computer, and I open it up in my slicing software, which in this case I'm using Creality since that's what my 3D printer is for, and it pulls up the cymbal sleeve. And it creates a slicing method to where when it actually goes to the 3D printer, it creates all of these different layers, just like this. And once that's sliced and saved and then sent over to the 3D printer, it starts to print out a brand new cymbal sleeve so that I don't have to order anymore, and it will be ready to go in about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how fast. Then you can stick them back on your cymbal stands, only for them to be lost probably within the next week or so, because at this point I'm pretty sure they just kind of go to a different dimension. So if you have a 3D printer, which they're not very expensive these days, you can get one for a few $100. You can start printing out all of your own parts. Working on a few other things, but this was the most frustrating one since it's a weekly question of where are all of the cymbal sleeves. So now, don't have to order them. I'm just gonna go home and print out a few more for them to be lost a few days later.